are you ladies doing this evening? Let me see if I can move this a little bit more towards you, because you're the star tonight, honey.
Right.
I'm going to basically be Vanna White, and he's going to be Pat Sajak. Instead of turning over letters, though, I'm going to be showcasing wigs that he's picked out.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do the introductions and whatnot?
Okay. Oh, it just started here. That's a heck of a delay. All right. Well, here's what's going on here. Heather asked if I'd like to pick out 10 of my favorite wig colors. So I did, and then she limited it to the wigs that she has in stock. So I still found 10 very good wig colors.
Yes.
And these are fun. These are fun. These are my personal choices. You know, if you disagree with these choices and rankings, that's fine. What we got here is a... Okay, right. Oh, hello, Susan. Anyway, I haven't typed to you because I'm talking.
Yeah,
anyway.
we're not looking at the screen right now, but we will be responding to you guys shortly. So if we're not seeing it right away, please don't think we're ignoring you. We just need to like get through the introduction part.
So I've got my list of my favorite type wig colors that Heather has here in her collection. And so, shall we begin?
No, wait, we gotta pause a little bit because we want to give people a little bit of time, honey,
Oh,
so
right,
they don't
okay.
miss the show. So that is the teaser.
That's the teaser.
I'm going to filibuster about my makeup for a couple minutes, and
What?
then when I'm done with that, we'll go on to your thing, because I don't want people to miss that if they tune in a little late, because, you know, I miss the reminders, or sometimes they gotta wrap stuff up, maybe they're eating dinner or something, so I don't want to necessarily make anybody feel rushed. So we're gonna just hang out, if that's okay.
Well, we got Erin Battles and T-Web saying they bought 2 Bardots each,
Yay!
and T-Web bought a Piper, so
Oh,
hey!
great. Well, I hope
Thank
that
you.
you will let us know what you think of them. I'm wearing a Bardot, by the way. This is in the strawberry shake. And I made sure that I put this as flat as possible over here at the part so you could really see that permatease. So that, because I figure if it's a deal breaker, it's a deal breaker. I don't want to bamboozle you about it. But if it's not a deal breaker and you think that the wig's really cute, game on, because it is.
Well, Liz just got one in chocolate icing orange. She's very excited. That's a nice,
yay!
that's a good dark color. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves all the brunette colors.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah, basically, if I just design a brunette and he likes it, I know that it's a winner because he really likes the dark colors.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I tend to like, you know, lighter browns a little bit more these days, particularly when I'm not wearing makeup. But when I'm wearing makeup, oh gosh, any color, fine. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to filibuster a little bit about that. I tried filming another nude eyeshadow palette review, and it's probably going to get turned into something else because this palette did not work for me at all. This is the Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette by e.l.f. Cosmetics in Cream and Sugar. It's just too warm, and the way it applies is not really my favorite. So what I did was I basically wiped most of it off midway through the video and just broke out my Jackie Aina palette because I was like, whatever, we're going to go with color, we're going to go sparkle, we're going to go glam. So I broke her out, and that's what I'm wearing right now is all this Jackie Aina stuff paired with a little bit of Natasha Denona Black is Black Matte. This is a wonderful eyeshadow palette. You get a ton of product in this, very worth the money because it's like the perfect black matte. It goes with everything. But I used the Soleil color as like this color here. I used the sponsored color like there-ish. Outside of that, I used Shookington. And then Trust Issues is what's up here, and it's what's in the inner corner. And I also put a little bit of Shookington, the purple color, underneath my eye and kind of smoked it out with that Natasha Denona a little bit. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to put that in a video somehow because it's not really formula, but this just did not look good. It made me look like 20 years older just because the fact this champagne color in this e.l.f. palette, it's one of those shimmers that when it goes on, it like accentuates every single wrinkle.
But Lori Rue says your makeup skills are impeccable.
Thank you.
And I have to agree.
I keep practicing. I keep practicing. 'Cause practice makes perfect. I look back at some of my older videos and cringe, particularly with my contouring. I'm like, oh no, what was I doing? But you know, everybody's gonna start somewhere, and I'm happy to show you guys my missteps too, just because I think. And now, if I edit this video, I will absolutely keep this part in here so you know why I objected to it. But with shimmers, you have to be super careful because, like, they have to go on really well and they have to have kind of like a blurring effect to the base of them because or you know, use a primer that has that effect because But even with a good primer, I couldn't save this. It's because the way it applies, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like something about the mica makes it just kind of accentuate every single little line and crease and wrinkle. That is the last thing I want. I'm 40. Like I want to give the illusion of, 35. I don't want to go for, 50 quite yet.
Sorry, folks, if you see me looking up every so often, I think we've got a ladybug loose in here, and I just saw it buzzing around the ceiling there. So,
hey, we've got a friend.
Yay!
So yeah, now we have a new pet. Okay, so but this palette is just really good. I think it's one of those like unspoken gems of an eyeshadow palette because it's so flashy and pretty, and obviously a lot of these colors will look a lot better on someone with more melanin in their skin, but they work for people like me too, as long as you don't mind the intensity of the duochrome magic that goes on with it.
Sparkly.
I know, it's like super sparkly. Wee, so sparkle. Much glitter. Okay, I think I have sufficiently filibustered.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So you guys want to get this party started, or wait? Do you want to take some comments? Because I don't mind stalling a couple more seconds if it helps other people join us live.
All right. Well, going through the list of people who have bought absolutely.
Oh, did somebody say we're out of focus?
Tons of stuff.
Oh, we don't look out of focus on our screen.
Don't look out of focus on our screen.
It might just been when I got really close. Maybe it just didn't want to adjust. Sometimes having the live stream running on YouTube kind of like messes with the camera settings a little bit.
Could be. Alrighty.
Oh. Nigel, you can pretend to be interested in makeup. That's
well,
funny.
okay. Look, I do like glittery, sparkly, multi-chromatic stuff. Okay, which brings us, of course, back to beetles, who have multi-chromatic, shiny, sparkly, chrome-colored casings in some species, and I just don't want a beetle dropping in on us. That's all. I mean, I like ladybugs; they're cute, but it's kind of disconcerting when one goes plop on top of you when you're in the middle of saying something. All right.
Oh, Cynthia, I am not a makeup artist. I am just somebody who has a lot of fun playing around. And I figured that would be something that we could actually talk about here on the channel a little bit more, because I was doing it off camera every time I was doing a shoot. And I was kind of, trying different makeup and different application techniques every single time. And I figured, I might as well just film this stuff, because somebody might actually like watching this too, Because even if I just show you things you don't like, at least you know not to try them. So, what else we got going on?
Sherry says you're out of focus the whole time. Doesn't look that way to me.
No, we've got it up on our monitor as well. Is it out of focus for you guys too?
Anyone else having trouble with the focus? Because it looks okay on our phone and it looks okay on our computer here.
Ooh, apparently ladybugs mean luck.
Yes.
Yay. Well, that's good. We need some of that. I think we all do at this point. Well, all right. I think
everyone else seems to have no problems with the focus. So,
okay.
Sorry, Sherry. It might be you need to do something with your screen there.
Or maybe just like log off and then log back on. Maybe. Pardon. I'm gonna try to take my time, at least with these first couple, just so that way we give people an opportunity to join us. But I don't want to take too long, because then people will leave, because we're just kind of like stalling. So
it says out of focus when you sit back.
Is it out of focus now?
That's what. Okay.
Should I move forward now? Because
Okay.
I will totally do that. I just didn't want to look like my head was like this big, taking up this much space on the screen, and he was like back here.
Hi, John.
Hey, John.
John's joined us. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it looks fine on my end. I think maybe you just don't lean back so much.
Okay, if it does go out of focus, just let us know. All right. You wanna do
All
this?
right. So, list of my favorite colors that Heather has in her collection. We'll start at number 10.
All right. Here,
Right.
you do the presentation. So for
Okay.
a second, while I get this cap on.
Alrighty, number 10 is the Raspberry Cocoa Frappe, as demonstrated on Rosella HF. And I like this, not just because it's one of Heather's own designs, but it also reminds me of lavender chocolate. I like lavender flavored chocolate. We've got lavender chocolate coffee down in the pantry downstairs. It's delicious. And it reminds me of the time Heather and I went to London in 2005 and found some lavender chocolate at a supermarket down there and absolutely love this stuff. So there we go. Raspberry Cocoa Frappe. Very out of focus, sorry, says Dory.
I definitely do not see it out of focus on my screen, Dory.
Yeah.
Is she the same one that was saying
No,
that
that was a
earlier?
different person.
Oh, man. Here, let me lean forward a little bit. Because, yeah, I'm definitely not seeing anything on our end. Let me show... You're not plugged in, are you?
I am plugged in.
Okay, can you lift that up a little bit so they can actually see your screen a little bit? Like, we're actually watching it in real time, so we don't actually see any technical issues on our end?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we see anything that indicates that that's happening on our end too, or anybody else says something about it, we will definitely try to see what we can do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, once we're live, there's not much we can do with the settings on our camera or anything to really fix it, and
Yeah.
I can't really see anything.
Aaron
amiss.
suggests refreshing the page, so.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Raspberry Cocoa Frappe, collaboration between CysterWigs and Belletress. The little thing that Heather came up with. I quite like it. Like I said, it reminds me of lavender chocolate, so that's brings back all sorts of good memories for me, and good associations, and good smells and flavors too. Because if you haven't had it, lavender chocolate just, it's perfection in a chocolate bar. It's mellow, it's soothing, it's aromatic, it's just amazing.
So, okay, riddle me this: are all of these based on
No.
things that remind you of food?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't look down on that because food is delightful.
Unfortunately, the next one does have a food name. But that's wig industry stuff. Everything has a food name or an incomprehensible alphanumeric code.
We try to make them comprehensible. Okay,
The next one.
Kathleen's gonna like this one.
Yeah, Kathleen will like this. This is Paprika Mix on the Carlotta SF. And yeah, I'm partial to reds as well. To be honest, there are not many wig colors I don't like. There are some that don't suit some people, and you know that's just a personal thing. The only colors I'm really not a fan of are ash blondes. There's so many different ash blondes, and you see them everywhere. I've just sort of tuned them out. So anything like reds, brunettes, any wild colors, those stick out to me, and I really like those because they're so different from what you normally see. Jazz hands.
Spirit fingers. No, I wanted to pipe in really quick, Nigel, and just tell people about the fit of this wig, because these Bardot wigs, which we call our Euroline because we're based out of the US and we can't use their brand name, womp womp, we like to tell people that this is a kind of like a petite average fit wig. So it's tight on me, and it's part of the reason why I'm trying all these on with the grip cap, because it will help alleviate pressure points. It also helps the wig stay on my head a little better, because this one in particular, the Rosella, I don't have a problem with. That one fits me great, and most Belletress wigs fit me really well, with the exception of some of their really short ones. But this wig is really tight on me, even with the grip cap, so I definitely don't want to wear it without it. But yeah, this is still part of my personal collection, and I will wear it, but I always keep the grip cap underneath it, and I always keep a hat handy whenever I wear these, like, you know, out and about, grocery store or something like that, because if I start to get a pressure headache, I want to be able to take it off. But I don't really have much of that issue very often. It's just in case. But yeah, definitely tight for big-headed tribe members.
Okay, a couple questions. Aaron, no, this isn't a style thing. This is just a color thing, and I just pulled the ones I could find that are in that color. So no, just doing the colors today.
Yeah, no, I wanted to explain that based on the brand, because I know that, you know, we usually get questions during these live streams from folks about fit, and in this particular issue, this particular wig company, I wanted to make sure I made some kind of disclaimer about that, because if people watch me, because a lot of people watch me because I either have, you know, a face shape or a complexion that's similar to theirs, and sometimes they watch me because, you know, I have a big circumference and so do they, you know, and I want to make sure that I plug that in, but I won't be doing this for every style.
And thank you, Silver Streak, much appreciated. Silver Streak likes the shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is a Melissa McCarthy shirt.
mine.
Oh, sorry.
But I like that.
No,
I do
not
like
all
that.
influencers are narcissists. What can I say? This is a profession for hammy people, just in general.
She's used to being the main draw on this, and
Yeah, I should just shut up and let you do your thing, honey.
No, that's okay. That's okay. And as for Cynthia, does it have a lace front? That's yeah. Okay, there you go.
Totally. It has a really nice one. Bardot has really, really nice lace fronts.
Alrighty. So yeah, I mean, I like this red. I mean, I like reds in general. I could easily have just had a whole section that just said reds. But there are some that really stand out to me because a lot of them are auburns and muted kind of reds. This is a nice sort of bright, popping red.
It's poppin'.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Ready?
I watch you because you have cool yet nerdy humor. Thank you, Marnie.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so after this, in roughly the same vein, we have 2400H on the Kendall wig in a spare repurposed box.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's a similar red in a nice bright rusty orange sort of look. It's a nice sort of foxy color. It pops well, and that's why I like it. Elmark164 says it's a sexy red wig. Yes. Yes, it is. But anyway, yeah, good stuff.
This wig is a lot more comfortable, by the way. If you have a larger head, this one's a lot more comfortable than that Carlotta.
I like to see them on, Heather, because I have all of the above average large head, light complexion, heart face, etc. Well, there you go.
That's right. Yeah.
All you need is makeup to match, and you're good to go there, Cheryl. Teresa says this one is my husband's favorite on me.
Oh, yay!
Hi, Brenda. T Webb says I have that one. I get so many compliments on it. I got it from CysterWigs during the limited edition sale. Thank you.
Thank you.
Haven't had the nerve to wear the wig in public. I have a lupus heart thing, and if I didn't have to style my wild curls, it would change my life. Well, go at your own pace. You got to feel comfortable in and of yourself. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel rushed. Do what you're comfortable with.
That's right.
Yeah. Cheryl says, I love this on you, Heather. Well, yeah, so do I.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Cheryl says, will this be back in stock?
Well, I know that the folks at Henry Margu are waiting for me to actually call them back. So that's probably something I'm going to try to do this next week because I was so busy trying to launch some of these CysterWigs limited collection products like the Piper and the new colors for Felix and Ambrose and the Bardot we just launched today that I was just swamped. And they're waiting for me to call them back to see if I want to do this color in this or other styles. So I was thinking it might be cute on Harper. I was also thinking it might be really cute on Jules. I don't know what your thoughts on the matter are. Make sure you leave them in the comments. And, you know, even if you're watching this on replay later, leave us a comment about it because I'm very interested to know if there are any specific Henry Margu styles that you would like to see in this color because right now we basically have an exclusive on it. So,
yeah.
You know, I'm open to it if you guys are, so. Oh.
Alrighty. You happy with that one?
Yeah, and we'll move on to the next one.
Let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next one is Jeweled Peacock as demonstrated on Cascara by Belletress. And you're going to sense a running theme of color blocks here because we've just had two reds. See if you can guess what the next one is going to be. That's for the crew, not for you because you already know you're right next to it.
Yeah, I'm like right next there.
But yeah, this is Jeweled Peacock. It's bright, it's amazing, it stands out, it's an unusual color combination that really, really caught my eye when she did it.
This is not a heat-friendly synthetic, by the way. And the reason why we chose to make this color in a non-heat-friendly synthetic is because the colors are way more vibrant in the regular synthetic. They get a little toned down, pastel, washed out almost when they're in a heat-friendly fiber. And also the blues don't look as blue in the heat-friendly fiber. And I really just wanted it to look like you know, a parade. Just like an ostentatious, awesome, bright, bright, bright color.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, the way it goes purple and turquoise, aqua, cyan, and pink is just fantastic, with mixed in with the black. Seen a few questions. Are these things going to be back in stock? We've got a frequently asked questions link down in the description for a lot of our frequently asked questions. So anything like, when's this going to be in stock? What colors are you selling this in? Check those first and see if your answer is down there, because otherwise we keep getting the same questions again and again and again.
But in general, the answer for this is that if there's enough interest, I'll make it again. I will. It's just I want to make sure that I'm not, especially right now with money being tight for basically everybody, small businesses included. We want to make sure we don't overextend ourselves by making a lot of products that then people don't buy. For example, we made Rosella and Cascara in the Raspberry Cocoa Frappe again, and I love that color. I adore that color. Between this and the Jewel Peacock, I probably wear that a lot more because it's just such an interesting kind of chocolatey mauve color.
Well, this is an interesting question.
What's that?
It says, Christine says, is there a reason why the CysterWigs originals are heat friendly?
Oh, not all of them are. Obviously, when we do the collaborations with Belletress, we've made both heat-friendly wigs and non-heat-friendly wigs. This one's not heat-friendly, but we did make, and by the way, the Rosella from earlier was also not a heat-friendly wig. So we do make not heat-friendly stuff, but we also made Phoenix and Fallon and Evangeline all in heat-friendly colors. So it just depends on the style. It depends on what we're trying to do with that particular wig. And we currently have the CysterWigs Limited stuff in heat-friendly fiber, and we're developing non-heat-friendly versions of most of the colors, so that way we can make non-heat-friendly open cap styles as well. And we've actually partnered with a factory that makes wigs for like the Wig Company and Paula Young to accomplish this. So I mean, it's gonna be a really, really nice open cap wig when we go with the non-heat-friendly synthetics. But we had to start from the bottom and work our way up. Because of the budget considerations, and I just kind of want to leave it at that. But we started with the heat-friendly fashion wigs first because they're the least expensive ones to make. And then we're going to move into the non-heat-friendly, a little bit more deluxe open cap wigs after that. Then we're just going to kind of incrementally work our way up towards the fancy schmancy stuff. But I don't know if I will ever be interested in making, like, say, a 100% hand-tied wig. That's really expensive. There are only a handful of factories in the world that do that. And frankly, even getting into those factories is a incredibly competitive thing. And it would put me at direct odds with a lot of my current suppliers, which is something I don't really want to do. You know, so just know there's a lot of thought and a lot of consideration that goes into everything that we're doing. There is a method to the madness, and a lot of it is incredibly boring.
but you know, so we are moving in that direction there,
yes,
Christine.
Yes.
And Cheryl, yes, there is a definite color difference between heat-friendly and non-heat-friendly.
Yes.
Because the way the different fibers take up the color.
Like, for instance, we have not figured out a good way to make a comparable version of our caramel macchiato color in the non-heat-friendly fiber. It either comes out too red or not red enough. It just doesn't look right. It looks a little gold. So we're still working on that. And there are other colors, like with our strawberry shake. We made that in a non-heat-friendly fiber, and it looks different, but it looks really pretty. So I don't actually want to tweak it to make it look more like the original, because it looks really pretty the way that they've configured it. But let's just say that is a painstaking, probably kind of boring process to listen to me talk about. But it is a really, like, it's a marathon you run in inches. It's just a really slow process. Like, getting one of these wigs off the ground, I would say probably takes about 10 months worth of work. It's a lot. It's a lot, and when I say that, you can really tell that we've been doing this for a while to get to the point where we can release them back to back to back, and that's because of you guys. So thank you for supporting us while we do this stuff, and I hope that we're proving what we're doing with that, because it's giving us the momentum to continue to do this and do more of it. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to keep yakking.
Okay, Deirdre, again, that's a question that can be answered by the frequently asked questions. All right. Right. Okay. So if you've got product questions or anything, if you can't find it in the FAQ, please write to our help desk, support@CysterWigs.com, and they can answer specific product questions for you. Let's see. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, I was just playing with this until you told me it was the go time again.
All right, so like I said, you're going to notice color blocks here. So the next one that I like is another blue and purple one, Indigo Swirl, as demonstrated on Felix. Yeah, so
you can see it's a darker color.
2 bright oranges in a row and 2 blue and purples in a row, but now we're getting into the darker shades.
This is a very cleverly written list. I gotta tell you, guys, I did not tell him what to pick. I wasn't actually here to like approve what he picked. I didn't even look at what he picked really. I was outside trying to capture the last little bit of daylight out there, while I had my makeup on, taking pictures of me walking with Bardot on and all the different colors so I could show you guys what it looks like when it moves, because it looks really good when it moves. And I was doing that literally right up until this video started. So he did a beautiful job picking these things, because look at this. People ask us all the time, what is the difference between this Indigo Swirl and the Jeweled Peacock? Well, the Jeweled Peacock isn't playing around with the jewel tones. Like it's very vibrant. Heat-friendly fiber. Not a heat-friendly fiber.
Hey, there you go. There's a good comparison for you.
Right? Brilliant. That's so...
I didn't even intend to. It just
High
sort of...
five.
It's just
Ah.
I'm ranking colors.
Dude, that was so good. That's so good. All right. But yeah, you can really see the difference on this. And you can see we picked a more cerulean kind of blue, whereas this is almost like... It's got some of that cerulean in it, but it's more like a navy. Or like almost like
royal blue.
Like yeah, it's got cerulean mixed in it, but it's not as bright as this.
Meanwhile, I want to crawl through the monitor and live in that crystal magic atmosphere you created.
Yay! Yes, we worked on this, and my mom helped too. When he had his car accident, she came down and helped us hang all this stuff.
Yeah, she helped hang the lights and the curtains and everything, and the gauze, and once my hips were back in order, I started moving the the shelves around and piling that up. So yay.
This one doesn't have any pink in it either, and the purple.
That's a big thing.
The purple isn't quite as pinky magenta purple. It's more of like a really dark eggplant color. I love this wig. It's so cute.
I love the lighted trees the most. We got those off Amazon, I think.
Yeah, they were cheap too. They were like $12.99 or something.
Yeah, you get 3 different colors. You can get golden, you can get just white, or you can get multicolored. So if you're looking for those, they're battery operated. You can get them off Amazon. Not too pricey. They're fun. Bit of fun. It's ethereal.
I think maybe the backdrop is ethereal.
As well.
Yes.
It just says, it's ethereal, says Liz. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of She-Ra again.
But yeah, did you want to talk about this anymore, or should I move on to the next one?
Let me just talk about this a second. Now, you'll notice that it went from bright blue and purple, and then my next favorite position was a dark blue and purple.
Oh,
There's a theme running here, and Heather mentioned it earlier, in that I tend to like darker colors. And so...
Are they all dark?
No, not all of them, but they're getting that way.
All right.
Okay, so are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, the next one is Flame Mix, as demonstrated on Nova SF.
Ooh, this is a pretty one.
Yeah.
I'm glad you picked this one. This is fun.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a dark red with some absolute blazing crimson red in there. It's just all different shades of red, ranging from bright flaming crimson to dark brick and maroon and stuff like that. And it's just, I love it. It's fantastic.
These Belle wigs are so tight. I mean, I basically went from a Belletress wig, which are big, and my wig, which is kind of big, to this, which is like, it's squeezing my head really hard. So hopefully it looks okay.
Well, the color's amazing.
I still love it. I still have it in my collection, but yeah, this is not the most comfortable wig for a big-headed person. But yeah, very poppin'.
Yeah. So that's another thing. You notice 2 blue and purples, and now a bright blazing red. I do tend to like not just dark colors, but very bright, vibrant, popping colors that you don't normally see as natural hair colors. Simply because, I like things a little different sometimes.
You know what? I'm the same way, though. I love bright, crazy colors. When I had bio hair, I was dyeing my hair pastel purple way back in, 2011, 2012, 2013. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a super-duper trendsetter. Because it's like everybody's got a version of, a pastel lilac color when, before I started shaving all my bio hair, when I still had hope that my hair wasn't all going to fall out. By the way, it didn't really start to fall out hardcore until after weight loss surgery, and it never came back because I already had a genetic disposition towards having hair loss, obviously. So whatever. At least I know where to get good hair, right?
Yeah. Teresa Harkin says you look amazing in all the colors, and I have to agree.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I gotta say though, Heather's trick for that. Makeup.
Totally. Makeup's magic.
Yeah. Work magic with makeup, you can make it work.
And by the way, I don't use filters. I'm not using a filter here. And one of the things that I use a lot now in my makeup is Pat McGrath blurring powder to use under my eyes. That stuff is magnificent. It is so good. It makes it look like and I use Charlotte Tilbury, it's what is it called? It's magic filter or something like that, but it's almost like a foundation, but not, and you can add it to your foundation. That has a beautiful blurring effect too. So when people are like, your skin looks so good, I'm like, oh, good, because I have zits and stuff that I'm covering up, and it makes me happy when people say that, because it means that expensive makeup actually does something.
T-Web says, how to use a filter with a video camera? It's not a video camera, it's an iPhone.
No, this is actually a Pixel, so this isn't even as fancy as an iPhone. This is just...
Oh, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, right, gotcha.
No, there are actually apps that influencers can use to put a filter on their videos, but the thing is, they're not reliable. They can, glitch out midstream, and then, their entire, Reddit subreddits that are dedicated towards pointing out every time the filter fails. And the thing is, you can tell the filter because it makes everything look really, really blurred. When I get kind of close up on the camera, let me see if this stays in focus. You can see the fine lines. You can see the faults. Yeah, I've got beauty lighting going on because you can tell by the catch light here that I'm using a ring light. But it's really, really, really... the makeup does a lot, the beauty lighting does a lot, but people sometimes will have that completely blurred. Think about my early website images of myself, about 4 years ago, because we did not have somebody that was working Photoshop, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing with it, so the abuse of the blur tool was epic. But we're getting away from that to the point where we're just using raw images from my cell phone, because I hope that that's actually more helpful than seeing something that I rather ham-fistedly doctor, because I don't know how to do it with more finesse. But just know that I have learned my ways. We're not abusing the Photoshop these days, because I feel like authenticity matters more than whether or not you can actually see all of my pores. But yeah, the makeup I use, and sorry for going on and on about this, but the makeup I use does a lot towards getting me to the point where I look like I've got some kind of magic trick up my sleeve, but you can still see skin texture, so you know that it's real.
And yes, Dory, I know.
Huh?
Dory says, you are beautiful always, Nigel, lucky hubby, lol.
Oh,
that's why I said, yes, I know.
That's so nice. See, this is why I love doing these live streams. You guys are wonderful for my self-esteem. Thank you. Not to sound like I'm like that fragile, but seriously, it's a nice boost.
Yes. Okay, so ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one.
Oh, cool.
Yes, literally. Because now we're getting into weirdness territory here. If you think purple, blue, and blazing red is weird, wait till you get to this one. This is cool opal brown, as demonstrated on Evangeline.
Even though in this lighting, it might actually look kind of brown.
Yeah, this is...
It's a magic trick.
It is a magic trick. Heather, when she was developing this, I thought, wow, that sounds impressive. And she told me what was going into it. And essentially, it's green, orange, purple, and what else is there? A little blue or...
It's actually, there are no pastels in here at all. When I get really close, you can see it's got like navy blue, like a Barney grape kind of purple.
Yeah.
It's got like burnt sienna. And it also has some pine green in there. And it's all blended really, really, really thoroughly to the point where you can't tell where one color starts and the other one ends. And that's really the trick. Like, it's blended super thoroughly, so you can't, it doesn't look orange, purple, green. If anything, it probably looks like violet brown. Like a really ashy violet like brown.
It looks like a cool brown. And even this close, you can't really, well, with this lighting streaming in from here, from this angle, I can't really see much in the way of wild colors. But if I get up close, then I can see orange and purple and green and all that sort of thing. Individual strands. And it's just, the optical illusion is fantastic. It looks brown from a distance, up close, a little bit of highlighting, a little bit of glinting. Oh, that could just be, you know, refraction from the sun glinting off the proteins in the fiber, and then all of a sudden, rainbow.
Yeah, it really changes dependent on the lighting. So that it's actually oddly work appropriate. Like, you wouldn't think that it would be, but you know, you could see in this kind of lighting, when it's like just regular white indoor lighting, it looks kind of normal almost. But I swear, if you go look at the listing for Evangeline or look at any of the videos we made about Evangeline or Fallon in this color, you will see that in the sunlight, this thing looks crazy. It's like the sunlight hits it and it just goes boom, like a rainbow. There's so much color in it. But, you know, that's the magic trick, is that when you get it in indoor lighting, it's not that outlandish. Though I will argue that the version on Fallon is slightly more extreme just because it's got that really dark root on it. But that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean, the trick is just fantastic. And, you know, like I said, you get up close and you see the oranges and the purples and all that sort of thing. Just amazingly done, amazingly done. No worries, Indigo Girl. Okay, you want to move on to the next one?
Sure.
Okay, the next one is Plumberry Jam.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, you can both of those at once because they're roughly similar.
Oh, did you say they're tied then?
They are tied. Plumberry Jam LR and Acai Berry Punch. Because, well, I mean, look at them. They're sort of reddish purple loveliness.
I swear, this is so thoughtful of you to put these together like this.
Well, I couldn't decide. One's a bit redder, one's a bit purpler, one's a bit lighter, one's a bit darker. They're both...
This is the Acai Berry Punch, by the way.
Yeah, they're both excellent, and I like them both.
And you can see that you know, heat-friendly fibers, like on this Acai Berry Punch, they don't pick up the color as vibrantly, but they're also not as shiny. So which one do you want me to try on first?
Okay, which one's the Acai Berry Punch then?
It's this one.
Okay, what was the wig color? That was the Evangeline.
That's another Evangeline.
And the...
Is it a Nakia?
Nakia is the Plumberry Jam LR. Okay, so there we go.
Do you want me to try one of them on, or?
Yeah,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
waiting for you to tell me which one to try on first.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a sarlacc by the root pod. If it grabs you and digests you for 1,000 years, serves you darn well right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one.
All right.
Yeah, sarlaccs have root pods. It's how they anchor themselves into the substrate.
Of course. Who didn't know that? What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm a geek, in case you hadn't guessed. Serene, best eeny meeny ever. Oh, Serene. It's been a running gag here for years. I do extremely protracted eeny meenies with ridiculously obscure whatevers. They go on for like 5 minutes.
It's true.
Makes her double over laughing.
It's true. He does it all the time. And they're always different.
Well, Cheryl, just wait.
You missed the opportunity to say that in an announce voice. But
Well,
wait,
well,
there's
Cheryl,
more.
But wait, there's more. So yeah, Cheryl, we'll get there. Oh yeah, we'll get there.
So this is acai berry punch.
Liz says my husband just popped in and said you were such a fun couple. Thank you, Liz's husband. And Dory says you two are the cutest couple on earth.
Aw,
Thank you, Dory.
Thank you.
No. Yep, we seem to be getting along very well. So, which one's that again?
This
That
is the acai berry punch.
Right. Okay, that's the acai berry punch, and yeah, I like that. It's. We were living in England at the time. Heather was over visiting us for 6 months and had a lot of the samples sent to my mum's house in Paynton, and we looked at that. And as soon as she got that out of the box, this was the first time we'd seen acai berry punch, and I was just like, "Whoa, that is amazing!"
Yeah, outside, this one really pops.
Oh yes, it does.
So I took a lot of pictures of it outside for this product listing. Because, I mean, it looks, you know, pretty demure in indoor lighting. And you get it outside, and it's got purple in it, like really bright purple. It's also got some true red in it, all mixed up. But the purple doesn't really show off very well in indoor lighting.
Yes, yeah, but that's the thing. Indoors, it looks dark. It could almost pass for a brown in dark lighting, and it's muted, it's subdued, it's nice and dark. It's very, it's almost gothish, which I kind of like. Yeah, more on that later. But yeah, it's such a striking color. It's deep wine. That almost sounds like a UB40 song. Deep wine. Yeah, J Deb says it looks like wine.
Oh,
Compared to smoked plum, nah, I'm not that big on smoked plum, to be honest. But
they're not all winners with Nigel.
Nigel say it's sexy.
But if we...
Dory, it's sexy.
But you know what? We do probably have a smoked plum for science sake after we're done with your presentation.
Right,
We'll
okay.
go grab it.
All right.
Because I think we have it right in the next room.
Right. Okay, and that is the plumberry. That is the acai berry punch, isn't it? No, that's the plumberry jam.
Plumberry jam.
Yes.
This is Rene of Paris wig called Nakia.
Yeah, and that is another one of those ones that came to our house in England.
No, it wasn't. This. I mean, are you talking about the color?
The color.
Okay, yeah, because this
color.
wig isn't that old.
Yeah, it's like for a time they were doing magenta, red, purpley sort of colors for a while, and we'd get a few different ones of those, and that came to the house in England, and she brought that out, just like, wow! Now that is bright. That's definitely purpler, pinker, helicopter. There's a friggin' helicopter outside. I don't know why. I didn't do anything, I swear. Someone mentioned Scully and Mulder earlier. Please don't get the government involved. Thank you. But yeah, you can see, up close. You can see some really bright, vibrant jewel tone purples and pinks and a little bit of orange as well. It's just fantastic.
Orange?
It looks kind of like that from this angle.
There's no orange in this color.
Looks a bit like
That's like a burgundy. It's like a 99J if you're
Oh.
familiar with like.
No, it's the way all this enormous battery of studio lights is shining through it.
Yeah, it's the glare that's getting him. There's
It's the glare.
there's no orange in this color. It's basically like
Yeah.
bright fuchsia, like a plummy fuchsia
Yeah.
color with a burgundy, like a 99J mixed in.
These wig colors are making me hungry. Yeah, I know what you mean. LC, the previous red one was are you talking about the flame mix or the acai berry punch? The flame mix was the really, really bright red one, and the darker blue one was the acai berry. No, it was the.
This is the flame.
Yeah, that one. All right.
All right, we ready for the next one?
We're ready for the next one. Okay.
Oh, we don't carry this one anymore, but that's all right. If you guys are interested in what he's about to tell you this is, we have the technology to provide this wig to you. It's just it wasn't a real hot seller when we first offered it, but hopefully we can make a convincing case because he likes it. That this is a worthwhile wig.
This is another tie one. So there are 2 to come.
We'll do this one first since I just made all that noise about it.
Right, that one, is that the dark brown copper ombre?
Yes.
This is the dark brown copper ombre on Kate Mono.
By Belle Madame, which we call our Euroline.
Yeah. And the reason I like it, more than any other reason, is it reminds me of my own hair when I had long hair. I'd start off with a dark brown, and that would fade to a sort of copper. And somewhere back home in England, when I had my ponytail hacked off, I kept it as a memento. It was like 1.5 feet long. Starts off brown and then fades to this sort of coppery color. So just reminds me of my hair, and I like that color.
I'm gonna sit here and play with it for a second or two just so people can get a good look at it. It's so pretty, and I like that it has this copper up here too, and then it kind of melts into this. It's like, okay, imagine like the coloration pattern, like the way it's laid out on the marshmallow blonde, you know what I mean? Where it's like light at the ends, but it's also not something that has a line here, you know, where it's like an obvious dip dyed effect. This is definitely more of like an approximation of a balayage, even though they call it an ombre, because it offers, ombre would be if it just had that dip dyed effect, but this actually has the highlights up on the top too, that helps soften up that transition, and this isn't even, it kind of like is a deliberately uneven transition, the way that the hair's laid out, so that way it's very soft. I love this color too. I'm so glad you picked this. So if you guys like this, or anybody is interested in a Kate Mono SF, we haven't offered it in over a year.
Yeah.
And part of it's just because, you know, obviously we're paying more for the products than wig stores that are in the EU. So we can't compete with the pricing at Continental Wigs. Like, I just got to put it out there. So my hope is that people will appreciate how far we're going to show them off, and, you know, the fact that they're buying from an American store. We hope that that is a selling point for some folks with some of these Belle Madame products, but that's why we don't offer the whole line, because that just feels like a recipe for me to do a lot of work to showcase a wig just for people to go buy it at Continental Wigs. So I want to make sure that, you know, if we offer this, that people are actually interested in buying it, and they're not just interested in watching me make a bunch of videos about it so they can go buy it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Heather said it didn't sell too well when she first brought out. Now, here is the important thing. Heather mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast that I like dark colors, and that's true. I do like dark hair, but they just don't sell well. I love them to death, but they do not sell well. That's just the way things go.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
You know the reason?
Tell me.
It's okay. These wigs are almost, maybe not this one, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of medical wigs in general are made for women who lose their hair due to hormonal hair loss that comes from menopause. That is the most common reason why women wear wigs, for medical reasons. And so the majority of the folks who buy medical wigs, obviously not ones quite like this, but like the reason why so many of them tend to be short pixies, short shags, short bobs, and they tend to be in ashy blondes is because the average buyer is over the age of 50. That's why. And there's no shade in that at all. Everybody deserves the right to look good and to be comfortable in what they're wearing, right?
Yeah.
So that's totally cool. I just want to make sure that we're hitting all the buttons. You know, we got a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah. And Liz, we know you like to order dark hair.
Yes. Yeah. As you can see, I have a lot of dark colored wigs too, and that's because this guy, he really likes it.
I do. I just like brunettes and blacks and all that sort of thing, because you don't see them very often. They're natural looking hair colors. And while I have brought out some pretty darn wild looking ones that I like the look of, I also like really natural, dark, brunettes and blacks in terms of hair colors.
Yeah,
so.
and actually my natural bio hair is darker than his. His is probably like when it's nice and fluffy and majestic and freshly washed and everything. It's like I don't think the sweat is helping you at all.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, no, it's really warm in here for some reason. Yeah. I think it's all the lights really, but his natural hair color is like a 830 blend, right? Like that John Rene color, the 830. Mine is like a 2-4. It's really, really dark, and if I'm being real with everybody, it's like a 2-4 in the back, and then in the front, where I can actually have enough hair to see how gray it's getting. Like every time I buzz my hair in the front, I can see that it's like a 44. It's like a really salt and pepper blend. And if you don't know those codes and what they mean, an 8 is a medium, medium golden brown. Yeah, and then a 30 is like a medium auburn brown. So I'm saying that his hair is like a blend of those things. It's like gold and auburn. And a medium tone. And by me saying mine's like a 2-4, I'm basically saying it's like off black / dark brown, and that there's a lot of gray in the front, because that's what that 44 is. A 44 is like a 4 that has a lot of like a medium gray blended in to approximate a salt and pepper, so it's not like pure white blended in. But I am rambling about hair color at this point. Sorry about that, honey.
That's the whole point of this video, isn't it?
I just feel like I'm monopolizing the conversation.
It says right here on the thing, wig colors. So.
Well, I don't want to steal the spotlight too much, though. But yeah.
Well, you know more about the colors. I just know what I like. I may not know much about art, but I know what I like.
But my whole point in that 20-minute spiel was that his hair color is actually lighter than mine, and I just feel like it's kind of a cool thing that he likes me in darker colors, because that's what my color naturally would be anyway. Would be actually darker than his.
That's what her hair was like when I met her. It was natural, and that's gonna be the image I have in my head for her for the rest of time, is dark-haired Heather with popping green eyes, and so.
Today's episode has been brought to you by the word poppin'.
Right, okay.
So which one's next? Is it this one?
Penny, that's the dark brown copper ombre. On
Kate Mono SF.
Kate
so
Mono
if you guys
SF.
are interested in buying a Kate Mono, I can bring her back.
Thank you, Tina.
I need to know if people would be actually interested, because she's an expensive wig. She straight up is, because she's got a full monofilament top. And I think this was really the difficulty in selling her, is she has a full mono top and a beautiful lace front. I mean, this is a very beautifully made wig, but because this is going to be something that appeals to, people who like long hair, that's not really going to be everybody's cup of tea, because most people in our sector of the wig universe prefer shorter wigs. I like long ones, though, when I want to feel glam, but I have to admit, even when I'm going to the grocery store and stuff, I grab a short one.
What's that wig cap you're wearing? It's a Milano. Oh. It's a Milano grip cap.
Yes, we sell these at the site. It's
Yeah,
the only
they're on the
Milano
store.
product we carry.
Yeah.
So is this one the next one?
That one, yes, that's the next one, and this one, which is tied, because I've just got number 2 spot brunettes. That's it. Pretty much any brunette color, any good brunette, chocolate icing R. Yeah, I got you there, Liz. This one is triple chocolate mocha on biscotti, babe.
Yeah, we haven't made this in a hot minute. I
Yeah.
think it's just because it's not one of those See, when I first started making colors with Belletress, I did crazy colors and normal looking colors, and the crazy colors sold way better than the normal looking colors.
Yeah, the raspberry cocoa frappe went like that.
The crazy one sold really well, and this one, unfortunately, even though it's beautiful, it's beautiful. It just kind of lingered because it's really subtle.
Yeah, but I do like it on you. It brings out your fair complexion and your eyes very, very well. I like a bit of contrast.
And this is a really pretty wig. But again, I think the price point was really what made it difficult for folks.
Yeah.
You can see again why we were so interested in doing wigs that aren't super expensive, because we've been trying to make these more expensive ones with our with our brand partners, and they just don't move as well because they're the price point, you know, and they're expensive for us to buy, not just because of the features, but because we're going through a name brand, right? They don't give us a discount for buying a ton at once, so we have to be very, very careful. But I missed this color. I was hoping it would do really well because it's just such a pretty brown, but I guess it's just too subtle.
Yeah. Let's see here. Shelley says, I think Aesthetic copied your Frappe styles with their coffee collection.
No comment.
Penny says, if you keep flattering your wife like that, you're going to make all the other husbands look bad. Okay, Penny, here's what you do. Watch Divorce Court. Watch Divorce Court, and I guarantee you, any husband, even if all he does at the weekend is sit around in his underwear, drinking beer, passing gas, and watching sports, is gonna look like a golden god compared to the husbands on that show.
Oh, well, that's why they're on Divorce Court.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. It's so life-affirming to watch Divorce Court. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Almost always club promoters, I notice.
Or they're aspiring rappers.
They're club promoters or rappers or club promoters who are aspiring rappers.
And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just maybe if you're going through that phase where you're trying to pursue that goal, having a wife and kids is not really compatible.
Not compatible with that lifestyle, no. Okay.
We gotta...
Rick says he resembles that remark. What, the one about the sports and the beer? You know, sports bores me to tears, but I'd be for sitting around in underwear drinking beer all weekend. I really would.
I feel like this has taken on very dude-like tones.
You told me I'm in charge of this one, so... Heck, I wish I had a beer right now. Okay, classic Hollywood hair reminds me of the starlets from the past, says Silver Streak. Yes.
I love this Biscotti babe wig. It's beautiful.
Later, Lori.
Bye, Lori.
Okay. Right. That's
on to the last one?
The last one. Now again, we've got one set up for the last one, but my first place just says black. Because I like black hair. And for black representation, we have Ravens and Roses on Bardot. Everyone cheer. Indigo girl immediately goody. Okay, right.
By the way, for the non-heat friendly synthetics, we've already placed an order for 2 styles to come in hopefully by March, and I developed a color that's very similar to this but darker. Okay, so it's like if this were blended with a black color, like a straight up 1B, then you would know what this is about. So we've got a color called Black Magic, and that is going to be coming in the non-heat friendly synthetics.
Huzzah!
But so hopefully that'll be something you will like.
Oh,
we'll have to update everybody.
But anyway, yeah. So, Ravens and Roses, what can I say? Heather knows I like dark colors.
Yes.
Heather knows I like dramatic colors. Heather knows I like black hair. Heather knows I like reds and all that sort of thing. So she made a very, very, very dark brown with some very, very, very dark red in it.
It's actually black. This is a 1B in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a soft black color.
Okay, soft black with very dark red, and yeah, I like it. Very, very goth. You know, I grew up watching The Addams Family and The Munsters and other stuff like that. So, you know, that whole femme fatale thing, as Tom Servo would say. Yeah, plus, so, you know, she made this color with me in mind. So, of course, it's going to be one of my absolute favorites. But when it comes down to it, this, yes, absolute favorite, but also any black, like black with purple shades or blue shades. We've had a few colors over the years like that, but they didn't sell well.
I'm going to keep trying, though.
I love them. There was one, what was it called? It was called Blueberry Burst by Rene of Paris. We don't have that one on hand here, but it was black with very, very dark blue in it, and it looked exactly like a 1940s Wonder Woman comic book had come to life. Because you know how when you see comic books from the old days, they have black hair with like a patch of blue shine on it? That's exactly what it looked like, and it looks amazing in real life, but hardly anyone bought it. So I can't remember if they discontinued it or something, because I haven't seen it in ages.
Yeah.
But all these black shades with hints of color, or just plain black, just black, love it. And Ravens and Roses just stands out as the best for me because, well, it was made for me and taking my tastes into consideration. So naturally, it's gonna be my absolute favorite. Yeah.
Well, I hope that you end up liking the black magic that I'm making too.
Oh, undoubtedly.
And there was another one that I'm thinking. Oh, I'm also contemplating like dark purple stacked on top of black.
Ooh,
stuff
yes.
like that. Like
yes.
we're playing around. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll have some more crazy stuff cooked up.
Yeah, we used to carry a wig that sounds rather like that, but not stacked. It was a blended one. But dark purple and black, yeah, that works for the Thunder, for the Skywarp crew, definitely. But yeah, a lot of people showing support for my excellent taste in both hair color and wives. So
yeah, because I can't see what's on the screen just yet because I've got contacts in, so I can see about 2 inches from my face real well, and the rest of it's kind of a blur.
Rachel Moore, Rainbow. Oh, Rainbow. Yeah.
We're working on that.
Yeah, see, the thing is, the reason there are some that Heather has worked on, but they're not ready yet. They're in production now.
Before Easter, we will have a holographic blonde, like, delivered that you can buy.
Yeah.
This is something where, do you want to tell them the story of this, or should I?
You go on ahead, because you made it.
Okay. I actually follow Guy Tang on Instagram. His stuff's amazing, and he was doing all these holographic colors last year that just made me swoon. So I thought, you know what? People keep asking for a blonde version of something like Jewel Peacock, so I did better than that. I created a gray version with pastels in it, so that's going to be happening sometime this year. And then and that one's going to be called Mermaid Kisses. So if you hear that name and think, that's goofy. Yeah. Whatever, at least it's memorable. So Mermaid Kisses is going to be my version of like a mermaid gray with pastels in it. And then I also created a holographic blonde, and we're just going to call it holographic blonde. And it literally has a block of rainbow color right at the top. And to design the color, I took the Harlow blonde. I actually cut up a wig in Harlow blonde that I had in the house, and I took some permanent markers, like some Sharpies and various colors, and I literally sat there and painstakingly colored this wig with a marker. And then I shipped it to the factory and said, make it. And this is where I want it placed, and they did it. And so it is completely original. It's literally something I painted by hand and then sent to the factory and told them to duplicate it, and they did a heroic job of replicating the color. So we're going to have that in these heat-friendly styles very soon.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's like you pick it up. Remember CDs? Remember when they were a thing? You pick them up and you tilt them, and they've got that sort of rainbow prism effect. Yeah, like that, only on hair.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And the blonde, again, is the Harlow blonde base, which really makes the colors pop. I'm trying to think of we've just got a ton of colors coming. I've been working on a lot. And in fact, I'm kind of inspired by like last year's Pantone colors of the year. One was like a gray, and the other one was like insane hazard yellow. And I kind of like that really vibrant yellow, though I know it will look awful on me just because of how cool complected I am. But I'm interested to see if I can come up with a version that I can actually get away with, because it's really rad looking. It's just very yellow.
Megan, you asked about if I could choose one of Heather's new blonde colors. I think my favorite of hers is probably the Millionaire Shortbread. Yeah, simply because it's a lovely transition from brown roots to medium to blonde tips, and I just really like that.
Yeah, he's not really into blonde hair so much.
Yeah, blonde doesn't really do it for me.
Though I will wear blondes, and I want to remind you, honey, that when you had the option to pick any wig from my collection, for our wedding in the living room, you
Yeah.
picked a blonde wig.
Yeah, I know, but that's because it looked really good on you. But I can't. I think didn't you give that to someone else or?
No, it was the Maui Gold by Tonya Beverly.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
thing is, even that color is not like a really great seller. I don't know why. Like
Yeah.
we don't carry Tonya Beverly anymore, but when we did,
Yeah.
it's just that color was not a real hot seller. But the thing
Yeah.
is, it's really pretty. If people had an interest in that, I would be interested in developing something like that. But it's a very muted blonde. It's like almost like a gold blonde color.
Yeah. It seems the ones I like the best are the ones that don't shift very well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ahead of the curve.
You don't want me to blend in. You want me
No.
to stand out.
Exactly.
Jazz hands.
Yes.
Callback.
Yes.
Nailed it. So
Let's see. Order the millionaire shortbread. Have been waiting for it. Okay, good. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, that's.
the millionaire shortbread's really pretty, and I was just shooting it outside, and it looks really pretty outside. I will try to play some of that footage in when I finally get around to editing the review for it.
Yeah, because Heather was shooting a bunch of Bardots for outside in natural light, and I remember handling the millionaire shortbread. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I like this one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go grab that smoked plum color.
Smoked plum. Okay, smoked plum.
Somebody asked about that.
Right. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll just sit here and
Be
riff.
charming and British.
Yes, CysterWigs. Welcome to CysterWigs After Dark. I'm your host, Nigel the Destroyer. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this has been great fun, and I want to thank you all for your remarkably, amazingly supportive and just wonderful comments. Okay, later, Serene. Thanks for dropping by. When you say, "Ooh yeah," I sound like Wolfman Jack. Oh yes, the Wolfman. I like Wolfman Jack. Oh, recent blueberry burst. That's fantastic. Where does Heather get her jewelry? Well, she gets a lot off places like Poshmark or eBay. She really likes big, nice costume jewelry. So if you want to look on places like Poshmark, eBay, or Amazon, that's often where she gets it. Sometimes I buy her some stuff from various places. Talk to us, Nigel. Talk to us in that deep English accent. All right, proper job then, my dears. You want proper deep English accent? Who's this then? Going proper West Country, you are. Where be that blackbird too? I know where he be. He be up yon wurzel tree, and I be after he. Cause he sees I, and I sees he, and he knows I be after he. Where be that blackbird too? Up that wurzel tree. How's that then? Okay, later, Kathleen. What'd you say, my sweet? I didn't hear that. All right then. Oh boy, you'll have him talking like a pirate. Now he did it. Proper job. Yeah. Keep going. Sounded very Lord of the Rings. Well, yeah, that's because they had a lot of people from a lot of the hobbits were speaking in West Country accent because it's based in the West Country. I think Tolkien was based in the West Country. Anyway.
I've got an Ambrose and smoked plum.
Okay, smoked plum.
I think the reason why he probably doesn't like it as much is just because it's not as dark.
It's a bit on the dull side.
It's smoked. It's got a little bit of a cool ashy undertone to it, and he's not really into that. He likes the vibrant poppin' colors.
Yeah.
Because you can see even the red here in the Ravens and Roses is a lot more vibrant than what comes with the smoked plum, which has almost like a grayish undertone to it on purpose. And I'll hold it up next to the Plumberry Jam, too, for a second, after I'm done putting it on. Now, this is fresh from the bag. I have not actually combed this.
But to answer your question, Christina, a man bun is up here. Down here, it's a stubby, silly ponytail because I haven't been to the barber since March.
Yeah, he's on a lot of immunosuppressants for rheumatoid arthritis, so we're on lockdown, essentially.
Yeah, apart from medical appointments, I almost never haven't left the house since March, really.
I leave for physical therapy about twice a week. But, gosh, we sound super old. And then here is the Plumberry jam, so you can see the difference. This is a lot more vibrant, and you can kind of see the gray undertone here to the smoked plum, hence the name.
Actually, Aaron, Heather kind of likes my hair a bit longer like this.
Yeah, I think it's fun. He looks almost like a samurai.
I was going to say more like King Randor, but oh well. Alrighty then.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's worked its way. I've worked my way through my list of stuff I really like. Opalunia says, "You are younger than my children." Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
I'll come down to Georgia and make a house call. I'm licensed, lol. I hate the way it is.
I think he's enjoying the opportunity to grow it out.
Yes, but I haven't had long hair in like decades, and I want to give it one more go before it goes into full retreat.
Yeah, I mean he has more hair right now than I do, like scalp wise, like.
All right, so I think that's right. That covers it. As for any questions about specific products, again, please refer to the frequently asked questions link in the comments below the video, rather than the. Am I pointing in the right direction? Yes. Then the chat.
Yes.
So we've got a link to specific product questions down below, as opposed to being answered over here in the chat.
Yeah, because we're about to wrap this up anyhow. We want to thank you for joining us. It's been a real hoot hanging out. And thank you, Nigel.
I want to see Nigel in a Kona. No.
I don't think it would fit, honestly.
No, I don't think it would.
It'd be weird seeing you with a hairline like this.
Well, yeah, I bought one wig once. It was for when I was going as Rick Sanchez for Halloween one year, and I just put it on and it just kept wanting to pop off my head. So
welcome to big-headed wig-wearing
oh
problems.
yeah, believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. Okay, bye, Aaron.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you have a really wonderful night. Nigel, did you want to say anything?
Yes, that was the last one, Sarah, and thank you for everyone, and good night to you all. That was great fun. Thank you.
Say it to the camera.
Yeah, that was great fun. I want to thank everyone for dropping by and taking part, and all the lovely, nice comments that you've left for myself and for my good lady wife.
Did you see I put that on our channel header?
What?
That it's an English guy and his good lady wife or something like that?
That's because I keep saying it around you. It must have stuck in your head.
I felt it was an apt description for the channel. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Yes,
Have
indeed.
a beautiful night, and thank you for joining us. Oh, and tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to air the Have I Got Nudes for You for the makeup I was wearing in last week's live stream. So you can see that on the channel tomorrow at 6, or on the main channel tomorrow at 6. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.